What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. Final thoughts, if you just came from the build video, welcome. Kayfun 5. When I do build videos and stuff like this, it almost feels like I did something wrong because it goes by so quick. And I think that is what the kayfun kind of screams to me is very ease of use. It's very, very simple to use. Couple rules. Always a couple rules. If you don't watch it, and I should have mentioned this in the build video, when you put your coil in, you set it down, and you don't really pay attention to that center airflow screw. It does protrude up from the deck just a touch. You got to be careful that your coil's not touching that, because you will pop it. It will cause a massive short, which is no good. No good. You'll just end up starting all over, so you might as well do it right the first time. Definitely pay attention to that. .28 is a sweet spot for me. Nice, long, lazy. Beautiful flavor. This one's such a good juice. I'll link. There's a link in the build video. There's also a link in this video for Coil vapes. And this one, delicious. I love the airflow setting they have on here. The lift on the mod. You just lift, and then there's little pips. You know, little pips underneath there. And it's simple. It gradually goes up. One pip is the tightest. But it's restrictive yet airy, and that restrictive vape for me is something I just really love. If that's like up your alley, if you're just kind of a lazy lung hitter like me, that's what I've always kind of called it, not necessarily what it's dubbed as or whatever. But it's like a lazy lung hit. Like there's really no effort. You just nice and simple, nice and easy, relaxed. This is right up your alley. The price point on this, though, can get quite expensive. Very expensive. I'm going to leave that up to you to decide whether or not, it's something that you want to do. Because it is a lot of money. I am very happy with my purchase. The simplicity of this versus the other kayfuns is definitely a big plus for me. The Topville, much better, much better. They include this drip tip, make sure there's no scuzzies on there, which in my opinion is just gorgeous, man. It really is. It's beautiful. It's got that kind of Delrin tipped on it. It's beautiful, man. It's gorgeous with the Svomesto logo on there. I've always been a fan of the kayfuns. One thing I wish it had, and I wish it'd come out with it. I know Steam Turners has one, but we need a nano kit for this thing. I'd really like to try it with a nano kit. But it's crazy building it. It's very straightforward. They've incorporated those teeth, those prongs, which is really cool. You can go all the way around, like lay your coil on the outside if it's too long, and go all the way around if you want. Then tighten down the screw. Or you can do what I did, and I just use them as kind of an arm, kind of a catch to really hold my wires there while I do my tightening and my, adjustments. This is definitely, out of all the kayfuns, definitely the best one, and I've owned them all. This is the best one. Ever since I've had it, it's pretty much all I've been using. That and the Sapor RTA 25mm. A lot of questions on that. Let me go ahead and touch base with that. The Sapor 25mm, I built it the exact same way. The exact same way. So, get those coils up there. Get those coils up there. But it still has the same problems as the original. It does still wobble, for those of you guys that were asking me. Yeah, this is great, man. I'll put a link in the description where you can get one, hopefully. Hopefully they're in stock. I'm not sure if they are. If this is something you can get. But if this is something that you feel like you could really like, you like lazy restrictive lung hits, this would be worth saving up for, in my opinion. Wicking. Simple. Really simple. Cut it about the length of the deck. The outside, just clip, clip, and then when you tuck it in, just make sure it's touching the bottom. As I explained in the build video, right? Where we kind of make sure it's full, from that whole crescent is full, that whole pocket on both sides, but not too packed, just enough that it touches the bottom. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. It's undeniable. Also, another great build for this is 26 gauge, 3mm bit. I like 3mm bit, 8 wraps. Really good for like mouth to lung, stuff like that on the lowest setting. That's really good as well. Clapton coils, 2.5mm bit is where I would recommend to keep it. Lots of ways you can build this and just get great performance out of it. I'm really happy with it, man. Tonight I will be on Friday Night Vape with Tom and friends. Tommy Vaperz, that's spelled Tommy Vaperz, and at the end it's a Z. Vaperz with a Z, man. He asked me to come on the show. I'm honored, man. Of course, I'd love to come on there. I've watched Tommy for a long time, man. For a long time. Tommy, I feel like we know each other almost. I know, I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you and all your guests. Your guests are super fun. I watched the last Friday one, and it's crazy because I was gearing up to do this build video, and a gal on there had the kayfun 5, and she had just been building it and stuff. But anyway. But I'm really excited to hang out with those guys, and I hope you guys can make it, man. I'll put a link in the description to his Facebook, anywhere in his YouTube, where you can find Tommy. Great guy. Advocacy. Do what you can, man. Get on CASA, find out what you can do in your state. Super important right now. A lot of things still going on. I hear the FBI's crinkling in there, jumping on these assholes, you know, like, hey, we don't believe you. Like, we don't believe you. You know? They're in there. Indiana, from what I understand, big win for Indiana. Congratulations if you're from Indiana. That's awesome. I'm super psyched for you guys, man. Super psyched. It's a beautiful day. We should all feel really blessed to have vaping in our lives, you know. To go from smoking to this, seeing the dramatic changes it made in your life. And I can say that very safely. That it did. And we're really lucky to have vaping right now. Let's work hard to keep it here. Let's work hard, man. Thank you very much for joining me, dude. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at tjvapingreviews@aol.com or simply comment down below. Let's end this in classic form. The first classic form I ever did was sitting on the ground right here. Classic form, man. Yeah. Blessings, guys. Love one another, man.